Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, August 9th, 2022. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. Good morning, Miles. It is not to be considered financial advice. Good morning, Pamela. Good morning, Johnny. And Johnny, you're up early from Seattle. All right, let's jump in and see where we are. Good morning, Bob. And got a little under 2 minutes to go before market open. Crude oil took short trade. Not here. Let's see, where is 9 o'clock? Make sure that. Yeah, that was 3 seconds down. That trade was untradeable, even though it was actually, and the long didn't trigger. The short was not tradable. Went through too fast. So our first trade is this second short at 9:01:38. Back and forth a little at the entry, then goes down to target 1. Get a little pullback. Little trouble getting through the 200, but gets target 1 and target 2. 17 and 27, 44 ticks, and a one and done session. All right. About 15 seconds to market open, so I'll come back and look at unleaded gas in a few minutes. Looking for a new setup on the YM. And there's market open. And bouncing up through and there's our first trade. Long at 32.75 on soybeans. Picking up that add-on trade. And the stop all the way down here at 14.28 even. And the Russell. Now, do we have time? Four seconds after 4, 3 more, 1 more. Yeah, unlikely that was tradable after our start time. YM is still flat. The Russell, too fast to get it into that trade after our start time at 9:30. Soybeans, that's a filtered trade. That is another, no, that there, now that trade comes, I don't understand that. That's a white trade. Looks like it's in the squeeze zone, or not squeeze zone, chop zone. But that's your trade. Lots of time to get in it. Target 1 achieved. So that will be a one and done session. No, yeah, yes, there is a chop. Well, no, I can't. It's hard to tell whether there's a chop zone down there or not. Looks like chop zone ended there. I don't see any indication of it coming back in unless it's, yeah, chop. There's no chop zone there. Oh, I know why that came back in. It's against the 20 SMA. So that was the hybrid mode, not allowing a stop and reverse into the prior trade. Then it came back valid and stopping out for a 1 tick break even, and that is the session. Target 1 and out. YM still hasn't done anything. The Russell out of that initial trade. If you didn't get the short, there's a long that just hit target 1, so that would be now 14. Yeah, 22nd bar probably got into that. So even if you didn't pick up the short, this long is target 1, target 2. That's going to be one and done whichever way you go. And there is our first entry in the YM. Roughly 30 seconds from the setup and hitting target 1 and trailing now nicely. Target was 29 ticks. Not a huge trade. Stop is now at 779. And long trade on the Russell. 1, 4, 8. Yeah, that looks like it probably would not have been tradable unless you got a pullback on like this third bar. Break even, but looks like it went too fast to catch. YM stop at 784 now. And push crude to current. Let's take a look at unleaded gas. Picking up a trade at 1 second after our start time, but meandering about, plenty of time to get in. Then going up through targets 1 and 2. Target 1 would have been 26, target 2, 41, depending on how you're trading that. And stopping out on the trailer at 93.89 from the entry at 93.56. So 33 on the trailer, 26 or 41. On target, and a one and done session there. And the YM looks like, no, it hadn't stopped out yet. Still at 14, it looks like. On the stop. And stopping out at 14, that ends the YM session. Getting up just above target 2 on the trailer, so that's a nice session. Stops will be stop market because you don't want to have a fast moving market blow through your stop if it's a stop limit and not execute. In that case, you take the slippage if you get it, but you want to get out. Johnny asking if I set my stops as a stop market or a stop limit. I use stop limits typically for entry, but the stop loss is definitely going to be a stop market order. All right, so unleaded was one and done. Crude was one and done. The YM was one and done. Soybeans was one and done. And this is our first trade on the Russell in the short, taking a little bit of heat, looking like a bit of a reversal. Stop at 29.6. And the pound Aussie, you have a long trade that's set up at 746, but then went up, didn't quite hit money management, came down through the entry after our start time at 8:30 starts, back just as it gets up, just as it challenges, that gets close to that money management, comes back down. The short stop and reverse is filtered by the crossover filter. But so in the long, and you have a second touch of the entry on the long, so that's where I would be right now. If you take the magenta bar as allowing this trade to come back on, then it would be, that's at 59, so it'd be at 50. You'd have a stop and reverse at 57, and you'd be short now. I would be a little leery of trying stopping and reversing just above the 50 and 200 there. And we did take a full loss on the short on the Russell, and now in same situation to the long. Looks like Russell may be getting noisy on us after making a significant down move early. But pound Aussie stop is down here at 73.39. And now we have a stop and reverse at what? At 44. And stop and reverse is the other place where I use a stop market order rather than a stop limit. Because you do want to get turned over to the other side of the trade. That one I like better because it's actually down below the where the 200 is now. So you got to come through the 50 and 200 to get to that stop and reverse. So there's your stop and reverse entry at 73.44. Still currently in the long. Notice that gets below the 200 as well. So that's a good stop and reverse adjustment is definitely helping us get away from the 200 there. The Russell hitting money management hasn't quite hit target 3, which is our scalp target. Working on those two charts on the left side of our screen at the moment. All right, we got 15 minutes before the so I'm going to drop the MNQ down here over the unleaded, which has already finished. Work MNQ 9:34 start, which is an 8:34 exchange time. Just 4 seconds to the second bar. Very likely that pulled back too fast to catch, but I'll take it as a full loss. And then it looks like it's exactly the same. I have plenty of time to get in that one. So that one's going to be, that's 2 losses out of the gate. In this third trade and long, this is the 12.3 point offset chart. Catapult using the custom Renko bar or Unirenko on NinjaTrader that I'm using. There's target 1, so we need to get to our, I believe it's 38 tick minimum. Target 1 is, and there's money management. And so we definitely get done there. Yeah, but we hit target 1. That was sufficient to get us in. Looks like not going to go very far to target 2. All right. Russell stopped out at break even. So we have 2 losses and a break even. We have another short that definitely triggered in. We got a wick back here and 20 seconds on the bar. So definitely in this one. And that just hit target 3 on the nose. So there is a scalp target. Break even on the MNQ. And plenty of time to get in this one. So in the short on the micro NQ. Still in the long on the pound Aussie. And stopping out in the long trade now on the Russell. So we got scalp target plus a tick for any additional positions. And this could be a third loss, which would end the session. Pound Aussie looking like it's finding support at the 200. And the Russell hitting target 1, but it needs a little bit more to get to break even. Oh no, no, it didn't. It did. Yeah, it did go break even. So that's just another break even, and now we have a short. I would say move that down a tick, and you had plenty of time to get in at 28.7. And that the micro NQ takes a third full loss. So that ends the session for the micro NQ this morning. And the Russell, there's another winner on the scalp target. And we're trailing at 28.6. I'll put the micro NQ back up here before I forget. Okay, still holding at 28.6 for the stop on the Russell. Soybeans hitting 1, 2, 3, 4 winning trades in a row there. We were done on the first one. And stopping out on the Russell. Crude looking a bit. And so we had 2 losses, a break even. Second break even. 4, 5. So this is trade number 6. This is our last trade on the Russell. And stopping out for a full stop, a third loss. And the Russell is finished. All right. The only thing we got left going is the pound Aussie, which is not moving very fast. Questions this morning. We've got the 10 a.m. crude mini session coming up in 8 minutes and change. Yep, about 8:15. Take a look at heating oil. That's a 9:30 start. That looks like a too fast to trade on the first trade. 4 seconds to money management from the setup. Second trade is 2 seconds to money management. That one's also too fast. 9:33.55. Same second to money management. No, that's definitely not tradable. 34.16. 4 seconds to money management. That one's not there. 08. 4 seconds to money management. These are all too fast. 36. Okay, you got lots of time there, and that one looks like that one takes that's a break-even trade for trade number 1. short finally triggers in and then immediately reverses back to a full loss. Lots of time on the long. That also is a break even. 2 break evens, 1 loss. Seven seconds back down to here, and then you come up. So you're in that trade, and it hits money management and is a break even. So that's 3 break evens, 1 loss. You got 7 seconds to money management. That's probably too fast. It's a break even anyway. Okay, 9:47. 10 seconds on that bar. Maybe you have time to get into that. If you do, it's a successful trade. And it's trailing up just above target 1, but targets 3 and 4. And looks like touching the long entry on the pound Aussie again. That's the third or the fourth opportunity to get in. Third after our start time. "13 seconds on the short." Looks like you have a chance to get into that. That'll be our second winning trade. Targets 3 and 4, and stopping out for just a few ticks on the trail. And that should be our 6 trades. 3 break evens, 1 loss, and two winners. And that ends that session. Four and a half minutes. Well, let's see where we are at the moment. And that short trade stopped out, so we'll be still looking for a new setup at this point on crude. And the stop and reverse is canceled. We got 2 closes above the balance line. Actually, 3 it looks like now. You can play this either way. You can return your stop to the original 39, or you can keep the 5-tick reduced risk at 44. Not what I would call strong moves in the pound Aussie this morning, but and there is another touch of the entry. Excuse the voice. All right, we have a long trade showing up on crude now. Still just under 3 minutes to go before our mini sessions start. But that is a valid get in sync. Looks like it touched the entry, so I would make it 92.03, and you've got the swing level. You got two touches of 92.02 there. I would go to 92.03. All right, in the last minute before our start time, 30 seconds to go. And now a short. Same with that. I would put my entry at 83. And the long is off the table now. And a new long at 97. And that just triggered in. If you didn't get into that, I'd push it to 98 and just triggered in. Target 2 is our actionable target. Target 1 is only 9 ticks. And the short, full stop out on the long, the short at 82. And so we are short. And I would say the long was our first trade, so the short is our second trade. Pound Aussie actually starting to make some progress toward money management. It's going to have to set new session highs. Bounced off of the 200, bounced off the 50, came up, went back down, tested the 200, and is coming up again now. So we'll see if we can set new session highs. And money management, and target 1 at 91.64 on the short. And target 2, so that's 46 to 18 and 28, 46 ticks. Our loss on the long was 30 ticks, so we are 16 ticks positive in POQ on the session. So 2 positive crude sessions. To add to all of our other one and done sessions, that was a 2 and done. And Pound Aussie back to the entry again. Pound Aussie just not able to move far enough to get us to money management. On that note, folks, unless somebody has questions, we got a fair crowd this morning, but that's about all I have. Interesting, you've got all 3 moving averages crossing over on crude chart, all 3 right together, and price is coming to test that point right now at 91, about 91.75 or so, 91.75, 91.76. All right, that's a quick morning. That's everything that I've got up here except the Pound Aussie is done. The only other thing I see on here is a potential short trade on the micro ES catapult. And that's on the 5-minute chart, and it's going nowhere at the moment, and it's a big trade, so not really worth taking a look at. Yes. Pound Aussie still finding support at the 50, but the longer it hangs around that support level, the more likely it is to push down through it and change direction. Here's that. Let's see what. Tell you what, let's see what unleaded gas did for 10 o'clock. Looks like it got a target 1. That would be a one and done. Looks like you got target 1 and target 2. If you're trading to target 2, you'd have taken the partial, and the second trade would have been your POQ, hitting target 2 and trailing up nicely. 96.13 or 96.18, depending on where you took the exit. All right, nobody's asking any questions. And watching Forex when it's moving this slowly is not really worth my time or yours unless you're actually trading it. So I'm going to call it a morning, folks, and we will see everybody tomorrow. Troy will be in for a regular session at 9:30. 10:30 will be the crude oil inventory report tomorrow, and I will be back on Thursday. So everyone have a good morning, and I will see you tomorrow back in the same place. Everybody have a good one. You are most welcome, Pamela.